guys, thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of In the Kitchen with Caitlin. Today we have a really fun recipe for you, everyone's favorite Italian-American staple, red sauce.
Or gravy.
Or sauce.
Gravy.
Joining me today is our guest, my good friend Antoinette DiPietropolo.
That's why I call gravy.
A little Italian with a very big name. And she's an amazing choreographer, which we'll hear more about later. But right now, we're talking sauce. Let's get started. So step one, we're going to take our onion.
There you go.
Thanks. And we're going to chop it up. And while I do that, Antoinette is going to take 2 cloves of garlic and chop those as well. And like everyone's favorite part of the show, while we chop, we chat. So, Antoinette, tell me, how's life? Tell me.
Life is good. Life's great.
Great.
Yes.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Thank you. I finished my holiday season. I work on a show called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, what do you do there?
Well, it's a musical, so it goes around the country.
I know nothing about musicals. Nothing.
She does. By the way. But I am what's called I change my jobs every year with it. I've been the associate director, which helps the director put the staging up where everybody moves on the stage. And then also I do the restaging choreography where all the dancing and everybody's dancing around and where they go on stage. So this past year, I did that, which is the restaging choreographer. So that was very fun. And then I came back at the new year and I worked at a college actually where I went to school to help choreograph and make sure everybody had dancing at their graduation, to have casting directors come and watch them.
Fill them in on what that's about a little bit. Because I don't know too many colleges that have dancing as part of their graduation.
Well, it's a musical theater program. So I know you know nothing about musicals.
Nothing.
But basically we create a show around the students. They get a song and we create a show around all of their songs and teach them movement, and they sing and they dance, and then casting directors, which I know you know nothing about.
Nothing about.
Yeah.
I know nothing about casting.
Casting directors come in and then they find out if they want to use the kids in their shows. So it helps the kids out doing that. But I'm going to tell you, I have a big project coming up in 2015.
Oh my god. Tell me. Is this an exclusive? Does Caitlin, In the Kitchen with Caitlin get...
It is.
Does In the Kitchen with Caitlin get an exclusive announcement right now from Antoinette DiPietropolo?
Fact.
Follow.
So I will be choreographing the Big Apple Circus in 2015. I'm really excited about
Oh my god, I'm so honored to be chopping next to you right now. I'm not even kidding. That's amazing.
I'm really excited about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Wow, so what does that entail? Like, when does that start? Oh my god. That's it goes around the world, right?
Well, it goes in the 5 boroughs, and then it goes through in the United States. It goes in Boston.
Right.
So it does travel.
It's a big tour.
Yeah, but it's by Lincoln Center for a while, and then it goes in the 5 boroughs. So it's really exciting, and that's going to be fun. I just think working on a circus is going to be great. But I do have I start in a week, I'm choreographing The Music Man out in Long Island at the Engelman Theater. And I'm very excited. I'm working with a great director. His name is Igor Golden.
Okay.
And we've worked with each other on a few projects, and I just think he's amazing. And I'm excited to get a show. It's hard to do iconic shows that a lot of people know.
Right.
So it's how do I make it very honorable to the time period, but also how do I make this my choreography and my stuff, and how do I get an homage to what has been done in the past and make sure I still stay true to the piece.
Yeah.
So
because who doesn't know The Music Man?
Right. And what
I know nothing about musicals, and I know about The Music Man.
Nothing about musicals.
So yeah, high schools have done it. So but this is not clearly this is far from a high school.
No, we have a lot of professional actors doing it, a lot of amazing dancers. I'm very excited about my dancers.
Okay.
And it's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how much garlic just stinks, right? Like when you chop it.
I love that smell.
No, I love it. I love it. But I'll tell you what.
I'm an old Italian lady, and if they sold garlic perfume,
if
they sold garlic and bacon perfume, I'd wear it.
I would want basil in that.
That sounds amazing.
Bacon, basil, garlic.
Like
Next product, by the way.
I'm gonna attract my husband wearing that aroma.
you'll
Parfum
attract-
d'amour.
That's right. I think I smelled that
Or
at
at
the
least the
library.
husband my mom wishes I bring home. Yes. When you're done chopping your onion into the finest chop job possible, and same with your garlic, it is time for the moment we've all been waiting for, the stovetop. So we're gonna put our sauce pot on the stove over medium heat, and Antoinette is going to pour the olive oil.
I love olive oil so
Yeah,
much.
I know. It's probably the nectar of the gods, in my opinion. After that, Antoinette, my lovely helper for the day, is going to put our onions in. You want to do the onions first because the garlic cooks up really quick, and burnt garlic is my dad told me, is one of the worst flavors in the history of the world.
Totally, I agree with your dad.
He didn't use those exact words. That's more my words, but you don't want it. You don't want it to burn. So you want to start your onions. I like to get them till they're translucent. Other people want more crunch in their sauce, so they leave it. I don't like that, so I leave them till they're about translucent. When they're almost translucent is when we'll put in the garlic and then the tomato paste.
I'm a clear girl too.
Yeah, I do. Everyone has their preference. Sauce is a very
Personal.
specific personal thing. It's like I feel like it's an
Gravy.
Italian. It's gravy sauce. It's a debate. I feel like how you make your sauce is an Italian thumbprint. It's very specific. What do you think?
It is. I mean, that's why even calling it gravy or sauce is your print.
Oh my God!
I'm obsessed.
So it's gravy at your house.
It's gravy.
That's
That's okay though.
At the DiPietropolos, it's been gravy.
It's been gravy.
See, my mom's family has called it red gravy.
Red gravy.
Red gravy. And in my dad's family, they've always just called it sauce.
Yeah.
As far as I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just delicious, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. When you do it right. When you do it right.
When you don't open a can.
And I've learned from my dad how to make sauce, but then I've also evolved it and made my own.
Okay, what did you evolve? What's your own that you love?
Well, I have seen, because I worked in a pizzeria, so I saw them make their sauce, and they do this thing with pork bones, which is where I got my pork bone thing from. My dad doesn't normally do that in his
Okay, what do you
recipe.
do with the pork bone?
Oh my God, we're going to get to that.
All right.
Let's not jump the gun.
What are your favorite things to put your sauce on though?
Oh God. You can put sauce on everything and it will taste good. I mean, you could put sauce on a shoe and it would be good. But I really love penne. It's my all-time favorite. If you've watched the mac and cheese episode, it's my all-time favorite pasta to work with. I just
Love the penne.
I love it. I like anything with sauce and cheese on it at the same time.
Delicious.
Is comfort food to me. Comfort. That's where my mind goes when someone says, "Oh, comfort food, sauce and cheese, pizza, anything that's been parmesaned."
Parmesan.
I
know, I kind of get a little...
anything Parmesan is something I could sign up for.
I have to say I'm a little embarrassing in Italian restaurants because when I go in and they always have that Parmesan cheese guy that comes around, do you want some? I'm like, and some more, a little bit more. Yeah, if you could just do do you want to, can I just take that from you? I just want to
And they're like, tell me when. And you're
and you're like, when?
getting carpal tunnel, putting cheese on your plate.
And I've definitely
right.
asked for seconds.
Of course. So now as it's heating up, let's. I'm gonna have you grab the tomato paste,
right?
and a spoon,
Yeah.
and just start putting that in. And you put that in with the garlic, and it's a can of it, and the onion, and we're starting to gradually incorporate the tomatoes. And an easy way to remember this is the texture of the tomato is a key to how you add it. So the watery stuff goes in last. So you start with the paste, then you move to the crush, and then you move to the puree. So then you never even have to write down the sauce recipe. If you just remember the sticky stuff first, and then gradually get liquidy. So just give me one more minute to get this all incorporated evenly because it's still kind of chunky wonky.
It's chunky wonky goodness.
Right? Yeah, well, it's totally goodness. And we have the perfect translucency of our onions that we both desired. And that's like... So then once we're good with this, we're going to get our crushed. So let's get the crushed tomatoes.
There we go.
All right. So we took it out of the can already, so it would be easier for you guys to see. Hold it away from you so it doesn't, if it splatters,
Get your
it doesn't
outfit?
get your outfit like it just kind of did, but it's okay. Sorry. It's all right. It's magic of the movies. And we'll get
Thank
some of
you.
that. See? And yeah,
You good?
Good. Yeah. And then start stirring it really good. And then Antoinette, while I'm stirring, is going to go grab us the puree.
Got it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can put like a little dash of water in there
Yeah.
and get the rest of it out.
The little dash
Not
of
a
water
ton,
trick.
but just a little bit to swash it around.
That's all right.
Right? Yeah. And at this point, you have the option too to add some wine, like maybe like a third of a cup of red wine is really good if you're gonna do a meat dish with it that's like red meat, or if you're doing meatballs or whatnot, or pork sausage or whatever. And also, or you could do a white wine if you're gonna do a fish sauce, like if you're gonna do like a fried diablo with this or something, or shrimp parmesan or something. You wouldn't want the red wine because, and also here's a thing that a lot of people don't know. Always cook with your favorite wine to drink because the flavors in the wine get intensified when they're cooked with, when they're heated. And tip of the day.
Tip of the day.
No,
A good one.
No, but it's
It
true.
is, yeah.
Because if
you want to use something that's quality in both.
well, because
you know?
if you're not going to drink the wine, you're not going to like what it does to your sauce. So, there's that. So now we're going to lower this to about a simmer. Okay. Next up is this is the point where we throw in pork bones. And I know you're like, what are you talking about? So
I've
you
never
go
done
to
this.
the butcher and you ask him to cut you some pork bones and ask for like a pound of them. And then you wrap them individually when you get home in plastic wrap and you freeze them. And then you take them out, like about 2, every time you make a sauce and you throw them in. And you have like your stash of pork bones for when you're making your sauce. Don't serve this to your vegan friends or any of your kosher friends.
Is there another option though?
If you're gonna do another option to flavor the sauce, you can put in anchovies. You chop
Okay.
them up really little and put them in with the, when you're putting in the tomato paste. They'll disintegrate, but it'll give it like an added little zhuzh of flavor.
I've never done that before.
I've made that actually before, and as an alternative. It's actually
Yeah.
delicious. But then there are some people who don't like anchovies either, when then you can just stick with the basic marinara. Anyway, so since I'm doing my sauce, I do pork bones. So Antoinette,
Let's get
she's
these.
gonna go grab the pork bones. So here's what they will look like. I know.
Ooh.
See, you know, they still have a little bit of fat and meat left on them too, so they're not like totally clean. And some of that goodness is going to infuse our sauce.
Oh wait, so why do you put these in? Like, what's going to happen to it? Like, because I've never
Okay.
done this before.
Okay, so the meat, the remnants of the meat, the fat, and then the fact that there's marrow in the bones flavors the sauce.
I mean,
like,
just
with
use
this,
that
like-
meat, fat, marrow. It all sounds delicious.
Yeah, that all like cooks in and like kind of infuses the sauce because we take
I
these
love
out.
that.
We don't eat these.
No, wait,
bits.
did your family do this?
No, this is something I learned when I worked at a pizza shop when I was in high school.
I love
They,
this. That's such a
the
good
guy
idea.
who made the sauce at that pizza shop put pork bones in his sauce, and that was the one thing I took from how they made their sauce, and I just added it to the recipe of how my dad made his sauce.
I love it.
So, and that's the story. So you don't want to just go because then it's going to spray everywhere. So you just kind of stick it in.
Okay.
Like so. And then you just bury it, and then you're gonna stir it. You're gonna let it simmer for as long as you possibly can leave it. I've heard of people leaving sauce simmering for up to 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
You can do it for as little as about like half hour. Like I've made sauce and simmered it for as little as a half hour. It's always good the longer you leave it, but it is definitely
An option if you're
edible to have, and it's under 30 minutes.
Mm.
All right.
Love it.
When you're at the home stretch of your simmering is when you're going to put in your greens, your green herbs. So we've got some basil and some parsley. Some people get fancier and put more stuff in it, but I like to keep it simple. How about you, Antoinette?
What's your?
Yeah.
I love basil so much.
Fresh basil. That's going in our perfume.
That's right.
Right.
That's why I added it to the perfume. Clearly. That's how I will pick up my man. Through basil.
I think they do have a basil perfume, and by they I mean the gods of all things like beauty related in Sephora. Like someone has already made something that smells like basil.
Wow.
I'm almost positive. If you know about that producer of perfumes, please comment on our Facebook page and let us
Definitely.
know. Oh, by the way, commenting on our Facebook page, Joel commented on our Foodition episode on the Facebook page talking about an eggnog foodition. Foodition.
Foodition.
Right, foodition. To the girl who knows nothing about musical theater. Foodition is a word I invented because it's a food-based tradition, and I like to know everyone's foodition from now on out to tell me what's a foodition in your family, which is a tradition that is centered around food. Like in our family, Christmas, we always have like a first course of manicotti.
Got it.
Manicotti, for those who don't say it like they're from New York and were raised Italian.
So,
So what is your family's foodition?
Foodition. I mean, our family basically lives around food, let's be clear.
I mean, let's be real.
You're
Italian.
but we definitely do the Night of the Seven Fishes, which turns into 27 fishes.
Yes, I'm all about this. Please tell our viewers at home who are not having the good fortune of growing up as an Italian family what that is.
On Christmas Eve, we do ours on Christmas Eve.
Festa de Pesca.
Thank you.
Pesca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the Night of the Seven Fishes, and you basically but in our family, everybody brings like 3 different fishes.
Yes,
and
this happens.
And there's just tons. And I think now our tradition is basically just everybody just brings anything. We have our anchovies, we have our just a plate of mussels. My brother makes these beautiful mussels in red sauce. I said it for you today.
Oh.
I said red sauce for you.
You did. You
Gravy. But, so it's delicious. Just tons of amazing food. A fried fish, and I love it. It's one of my favorite.
Hi, so we're back on the street asking New Yorkers about their fooditions, or their food-based traditions. So today I am here with...
Hi, I'm Andrew. Jeffrey. Michael.
And Luna. And we're going to ask these guys about their fooditions. So, tell me, you first.
I only really have one, and because I'm single and I don't see my family over the holidays, that I take myself out for Chinese for my Christmas dinner. That's it.
I love it. I think that's great. I'm single too, and I sometimes take myself out for a nice dinner to celebrate things.
Because they're always open on the holidays because they don't celebrate the same holidays, so it works out perfect.
What's your favorite Chinese food, though?
I usually like those fried crab and cheese rangoons are delicious for my appetizer, and then I always get, what is it called, chicken lo mein. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's my go-to. So, speaking of go, I gotta go.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Come to us next year for Christmas.
New fooditions forming right here in the kitchen with Caitlin, guys. This is big. Jeffrey,
Yes.
tell me about your foodition.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, any major holiday gets spicy pumpkin soup, curried pumpkin soup. And anytime anybody asks me for the recipe, which I usually can't remember, I send them to the Libby's can. Problem is, Libby's sold the company, and now it's somebody else's can, and the recipe isn't there anymore.
Oh my God, so how do you make it every year?
I make it up.
I love it. That sounds amazing.
Just canned pumpkin and stuff. And then the, what's my stuffing? Corn muffin stuffing. Corn muffin sausage and pecans or walnuts. And that's because I was looking at a recipe years ago from an American Heritage cookbook, and it had a recipe for cornbread as part of the making the cornbread stuffing. And I said, making cornbread? I love to cook, but I don't bake. I'm going to buy corn muffins. Which, of course, is totally wrong, but boy, is it good.
But you know what? It sounds delicious.
It
So
is.
you know what? If it works, don't fix it.
When you boil down the carcass the next day with the stuffing still attached, oh my God!
Sounds like the most amazing turkey soup ever.
It is. It is. It definitely is.
And tell me,
Unfortunately, Michael doesn't cook. Michael doesn't cook.
so what's your favorite food addition to eat?
Whatever he can make me. Well, my mother used to make some nice pork, which Jeffrey tried making me a pork one time, like my mother, except I walked into the kitchen and he had peeled the skin off and threw it away. And I said, my God, that's the crunchy part. That's what makes the pork. I washed it and put it back on top with toothpicks and made him cook it.
Michael's weird about anything with fat on it, so I figured, well, let me cut all this fat off.
I told him when it's cooked, it's not fat. Oh my God.
My friend's maid spent an hour scouring her wok clean. I said, look what I did. I fixed your wok.
Oh no.
Oh, no, they might see this. I don't know where this is going to be.
It's going to be on the Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
It's safe.
He never cleans it, he just keeps on using it over and over and over, yeah.
Like it's a real grill.
Yeah. I can imagine what anything on it tastes like.
The last thing he cooked, probably.
Stop it.
All right.
He has something to say.
Yeah.
Luna, what's your favorite thing to eat? Really? You don't say. Children on skateboards and razors, that's her favorite thing. She's a rescue. We've only had her for 7 weeks now, so we really don't know what her favorite foods are.
Okay. I'm sure we'll learn though.
One of the things, the Little Pie Company, the sour cream apple walnut pie was a tradition, and every year when my mother was in town and she would say, what can I bring? And I'm not going to stand online, but she always did.
I've stood online for that pie. For that pie specifically.
Anyone would stand online there for anything else.
Right. It's pretty impressive. If you haven't checked out the Little Pie Company, you probably should.
And when you do, make sure it's the sour cream apple and walnut, not the plain apple pie.
I know. It's like people don't understand what sour cream does to the apples.
I know. And I don't know what it does either, but it's delicious.
Exactly.
Hey. It's like apple pie stroganoff, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. With the streusel topping too.
Okay, you're killing
Thank
me
you.
now.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you so much, guys. And we are here with
Iceline.
William.
and we are going to talk to them about their food dishes.
Some of the dishes that we like to make, like especially during the holidays, would be like turkey, stuffing usually, or usually like macaroni salad or macaroni and cheese usually. And then for the kids, we have like this calzone that we put like we have them do it too, and then we just have them make the dough out. They love to like flatten it out and put the meats and the cheeses in it, and then they put it in the oven. They feel so proud to do that. And then after, we have like the little desserts of the cupcakes and the pies and the banana pudding. We can't forget the banana pudding.
Tell me more about this banana pudding.
The banana pudding actually is pretty simple, but everybody has their own way of making it, whether it's instant or you can make the vanilla pudding from scratch, which is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then you kind of put it in the oven, put a little, and you can add like little marshmallows to it if you want to. It depends on how you like it. And what do you like to eat for Thanksgiving, Nani?
I like to eat like when I eat something.
But for Thanksgiving, what do we eat for Thanksgiving that you love?
I like whatever.
Turkey and ham, right?
I want turkey.
And ham.
What do you?
How do you like your turkey?
Tur-
Fried, right? We deep fry turkeys. We deep fried turkeys.
Deep fry the turkey? you do it all by yourself?
No, I did it with my mom.
So you guys like to help mommy cook?
Yeah.
Nice, I love it. That's a foodition right there. Okay, so this, like, once it's getting good and everything's getting a little bit wilted, looks like we're ready to do some tasting.
Yes.
Yes!
Eating. I love it.
Yay! So now time for everyone's favorite part, tasting.
Yeah, mine.
So just like every good Italian girl should, I had some emergency penne on hand.
Of course.
Like you do.
Yeah, always.
Because if you haven't watched any of my show before, you might not already know it's my favorite pasta. And we're going to try our sauce for a test drive. Okay, diving in.
Oh, you got quicker.
Wow.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
I can really taste the pork.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. The bone marrow is amazing.
Yeah, it really does a little extra something. The marrow, the fat, the little
Yeah.
remnants of the meat, and
I'm definitely stealing that one.
infusing it with a pork bone is the secret ingredient. Shh. If you don't tell, I won't. So thank you so much, Antoinette, for
my
gracing
gosh.
us with your fantabulous presence.
I had so much fun.
Okay,
Always.
I did too. And be sure to go see the Music Man in Long Island. When does it open?
The Amen Theater, March 29th.
And be sure to check out the Big Apple Circus in 2015.
That's right.
Yeah, because you'll see all the steps by Miss Antoinette. Thank you for tuning in. You're welcome. Now you know how to make sauce. And make sure to come back next time. And don't forget your empty stomach.